Welcome to NKTelco Sports. We're here at Wapakoneta's Harmon Field where the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays take on the Minster Wildcats. Tonight's game is sponsored by Minster Bank, Schwederman Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, Upper Valley Career Center, Fowler's TV, German Farmers Insurance, Francis Furniture, Grand Lake Health, Moran's Refrigeration, NKT Productions, and NKTelco Sports and First National Bank bring you tonight's game between the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays and the Minster Wildcats in the Regional 27 Finals of Division 7 from Harmon Field in Wapakoneta. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and alongside me, Ron Cruzy, to bring you the play-by-play and color commentary for tonight's game of two MAC schools with vying for the right to move on to the state semifinals. Minster came off a dramatic 35-32 win over Crestview, and Ron Cruzy, they showed a lot of resilience in that second half against Crestview.
Yeah, that game went just back and forth, and came down to the final play of the ball game after Minster scored the go-ahead touchdown with about 1 minute and 34 seconds to go. And Crestview come down and had the ball inside the 10, and Minster defense held them on the last play to win the ball game.
Delphos St. John's, on the other hand, they've won 4 games in a row. They defeated Lehman Catholic in their contest a week ago. They lost to Minster by a 41-14 count early in the season. What do we expect from the Delphos St. John's squad here tonight?
Well, we expect them to play a little bit better than what they did that game. They had at least 4 turnovers that ball game, and that cost them the game. Minster comes into this ball game a plus 15 turnover ratio. They have 30 takeaways and 15 turnovers, so that's going to be a very important part of this ball game.
Overall records, Minster's 8-4, Delphos St. John's is 8-4. We'll be back with exciting high school football here on NKTelco Sports right after this.
When I took over this farm from my dad, I knew our future success required making major changes in our operations. That meant adding acreage, more and bigger equipment, investing in powerful technology, hiring employees. We even started a seed business. Fortunately, working together with Grinnell Mutual and my local farm mutual, my agent was able to cover everything. I call that progress.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
We are here at Harmon Field in Wapakoneta for the regional championship game between Minster and Delphos St. John's. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and alongside me, Ron Cruzy. Wildcats will kick it off. It's a chilly night, not quite as cold as a week ago. The wind rather brisk out of the south at about 15 to 20 mile an hour. Minster will kick it off, and we're about set for a battle of two MAC schools here, Ron.
Yes, we are. They're both led by really good quarterbacks. For Delphos, you have Jared Wurst, the 6'4", 200-pound junior. He's thrown for over 1,300 yards, and he's run for over 1,100, or actually 785 yards. That's a little less than 11. Jared Ilsman for Minster, 6'2", 195-pound senior. He's passed for over 1,800 yards, and he's run for over 1,200 yards. So two guys that can do everything, run and throw.
Schmeezing will kick it off, and St. John's will watch it roll into the end zone. Kind of a low line drive, and that means the Blue Jays will have the football starting at the 20-yard line. So Isaac Schmeezing with just basically a line drive at got a good hop and into the end zone. Officials for tonight's game. Our referee is Dave Campbell. Our umpire, Chris Burns. Linesman Christopher Estes. Line judge Daniel Palmer. Back judge is Doug Krauthaupt. And center judge is Chris George. They're the officials for tonight's game between Minster and Delphos St. John's. Blue Jays in the blue and gold and in the white jerseys will have the football first. Jared Wurst, their talented quarterback, with the first play of tonight's high school football playoff game, picks up perhaps a yard. Give him a gain of 2. Let's call it second down and 8. Football at the 22, 11:42 to go here on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. There you see the Minster defense. A week ago, the Wildcats found themselves down by a couple of scores against a very good Crestview team and managed to rally. Jared Wurst at 6'4", he's a junior. He's going to run the football. He'll go to the left side and
they can't run at 11 anymore.
In on the stop, number 52 for the Wildcats. That's Max Prenger. He led the charge. And
he had a really good game last week. And you talk about a quarterback that can run. They had one last week in Mr. Klein over there at Crestview.
I don't think you and I, Ron, have seen a more talented quarterback in a game with run, pass, the whole game. It was quite a contest.
He had the whole package.
In motion to the right side as Wurst looks that way. Big, strong quarterback, tough to throw in the wind. And almost intercepted by number 3, and that's Alex Lemkool. Lemkool almost had the big interception had he been able to bring that wobbly pass in. He might have had points on the board for the Wildcats.
You could tell the wind affected that pass. It started out and actually curved or sliced to the right from where he was throwing the football and over the receiver's head.
Yeah, just a little bit too high, or Lemkool would have found himself in the end zone. And the punt is away, and that's Wurst with a kick, and it's a short one as the wind playing all sorts of havoc with it as number 43, Dominic Metzger, will down it. And boy, the Wildcats are going to have great field position.
Yeah, he kicked that ball very high, and the wind just got a hold of it, and it was actually going back toward the punter.
Football is going to be at the Delphos St. John's 36.
And that was worse. That's the punter. He averages 38 yards a punt.
The wind a little bit bigger of a factor here in the opening series than one might have anticipated. Hillsman will be the quarterback and the lone back in the backfield. He'll go straight ahead, still on his feet, before he's brought down there by number 59, Devin Cairo, a 6', 215-pound senior for the Blue Jays.
Well, we'll see what Minster can do with his great field position.
No gain on the play, so it'll be second down and 10. And quickly, we're under 10 minutes to go here in the opening quarter play. Schmeezing will join Hillsman in the backfield. Hillsman will fake, and he'll keep the football.
Down close to a first down.
In on the stop, number 13, Brady Grotehouse has to come up from his safety position to make the stop.
And he got the first down.
First down for Minster. Football at the 25-yard line.
They got 3 receivers out to the right, actually 4 with Schmeezing.
They flood that right side, but Hillsman will take the snap. He's number 2. Looks to his right, goes left. Powers his way forward. Nice yardage.
So they're spreading the Blue Jays out to the right, and then Hillsman runs off to the left.
Isaac Musser, an outside linebacker, in on the stop for St. John's. He's number 44.
Now 2 wide outs to the right.
This will be Schmeezing's turn. Quick hitter. Schmeezing will pick up some big yards before being A shoestring tackle there by number 81, Matthew Miller.
And that's where they like to run Smeezing off, just right off to the left tackle.
Isaac Smeezing takes that handoff, and nice replay there. Also in on the stop, number 13, Brady Grotehouse. First and goal. Football just inside the 10-yard line. Wildcats moving the football on the ground. There's the pitch, Smeezing. Headed for the corner of the end zone. Grotehouse
He's in.
Touchdown. Isaac Smeezing. We'll call it a 10-yard run with 8:26 to go in the opening quarter of football.
Isaac Smeezing.
Regional 27, Finals Division 7, and Minster draws first on the scoreboard as Isaac Smeezing will try and kick the extra point. He's 29 out of 38 in PTA points attempts this year.
Isaac Smeezing.
Snap is good. It's a
low
bad
snap.
snap, and now Hoying on the fire drill, and they throw it in the end zone, and they
He
got
got it.
provided he catches
Yes,
it.
he did.
And the two-point conversion is good for the Wildcats.
28.
Number 28 with the reception.
Joe Winter.
That's Joe Winter. Winter with the two-point conversion, and our score, Minster 8, Delphos St. John's nothing, and we'll return after this.
The big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier sofa and sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
Well, Harmon Field is abuzz on the extra point, as not sure if it was a low snap, mishandled snap, or something with the logistics of the play. And
It did not go the way they drew it up.
just a nice play by Jacob Hoying. He threw the ball up, and Joe Winter's in the right spot, and the Wildcats lead 8-0 as once again Smeezing kick with the help of the wind goes into the end zone, and boy, the Minster finds good fortune on the extra point.
They did. They didn't have to take advantage of the wind, although the wind probably played a little part in the extra point. But other than that, they could have run that the other way, the way they were moving the football on the ground. Offensive line doing a very good job for Minster.
Smeezing with the nice touchdown run of 10 yards as the Wildcats take advantage of the short Delphos St. John's punt. Worst number 2 as Musser goes in motion. There is no running room there. Stop there is by number 25, and that's Jack Heitbrink for the Wildcats as they'll lose some yards that time, a loss of 5 yards. So it's going to make it 2nd down and 5. Just a very slow developing play there for St. John's, and Musser had no running room, and Heitbrink comes up from his defensive position. Heitbrink, a 6'3" junior, playing the linebacker role this year. Worst will roll to his right, looks upfield, he'll take it and run with it. Not much yardage there, and that might have been Prenger again in on the stop.
Minster's looking for their 3rd trip to the state in the last 4 years. They won Division 6 in 2014. They lost to Fort Recovery in the regional final game. That was the Division 7 game in 2015. 2016, they lost to Warren JFK in the state final game. and that was also in Division 7.
3rd down and 8. Football is at the 22 for the Blue Jays. There's Worst. He's looking downfield. Pass is completed, and they'll have their first down of the night. James Garrett, number 17, with the catch.
17.
Garrett, a senior.
That was a nice looking pass compared to the first one. He kept out nice and low. The ball was a spiral right to Garrett.
Football now rests at the Delphos St. John's 45. Blue Jays trying to battle back after a disastrous first series that gave Minster great field position. Worst straight back, plenty of time. Finds the open receiver, and he'll have the first down.
Another nice pass. Took a little time for that play to develop, but once he became open, Worst hit him right on the stride. That was number
Curtis
25.
Schwinnen. Number 25 will pick it up, and it's a first down for St. John's. You see Worst with time, and there's Schwinnen that came in, and
Oh, that's 23.
football goes to the 44-yard line. That's St. John's moves into Minster territory on the play. Worst bobbles the snap. He'll pick it up and scramble to the right side, but flags are everywhere.
Yeah, it was before the snap.
Got a procedure call against Delphos St. John's.
And that happened before the snap, so it was a dead ball.
Football now will be placed at the 49-yard line of Minster. St. John's trying to mount some type of offensive threat here with 5:45 to go here in the first quarter of play. Two receivers right, one receiver to the short side. Worst takes the snap, drops straight back, going along the sidelines. Passes broken up. Boy, Minster had that well covered, really.
Yeah.
Two defenders right there.
Yeah, the safety was waiting on the ball, and the cornerback was following him. That was Smeezing playing in the backfield there in the safety spot. He had a pretty good angle on the ball.
2nd down and 15. Clock stops with 5:27 to go. Opening quarter play on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Worst, he'll go left side. He'll pitch it back.
Double pass. To Schwinnen.
Not much yardage there. He'll
That
pick
would-
up 3 or 4 yards perhaps.
And that was Swinnen on the carry again, a 6'2 junior.
Little shovel pass there by Worst. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Football at the 45 or 44-yard line as the Blue Jays make up for the procedure penalty.
Three-man rush for Minster.
Worst left side. Not much yardage.
Yeah, they lined up
That looks like Pranger again, number 52.
3 defensive linemen, but then they blitzed 2 guys also.
See if we can see if it's Max Pranger. Oh, make that number 50. That's Anthony Bainline. So Bainline, a linebacker, makes the tackle for the Wildcats. Worst will punt it away. He'll stand at the Delphos 45-yard line. Schmeezing should be deep for the Wildcats. Snap's a little high, but the kick is away, and it's a low line drive kick, and a dangerous one for Schmeezing to field as it'll roll down within the 10-yard line.
That was a much better kick. He kicked that low instead of so high where the wind could get it.
It'll be at about the 9-yard line, so Minster will have it. 1st and 10, football at the 9, and see if the Wildcats did a great job rushing the football on that first series.
Well, they've got 91 yards on this time instead of, I think they had the ball close to the 41. the first time.
Wildcats, they average 25.8 points per game, and they give up 17.9 points on defense. So let's see what the offense does. They have a nice balance and rush and pass as Schmeezing is not going to find the yards very easy on the right side as the St. John's defense collapses on him.
He lost about 3 yards.
That pushes the Wildcats back even further. Looks like they'll place it at the 6, maybe the 7, so let's call it a loss of 2 yards. Second down and 12. Here comes Schmeezing. Finds the hole, pushes it up to near the 19-yard line. Close to the...
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 4. It'd be an interesting call here, see what the Wildcats do. They haven't thrown the ball yet.
Football's at the 15. Got to get to just shy of the 20, about the 19-yard line for a first down. Hillsman, he'll take it to the right side.
He didn't get it.
Did not get the first down. And once again, number 44, Musser, in on the stop. Isaac Musser, a senior linebacker.
So a
comes in on the blitz there, and he
conservative call there on 3rd down, but they're in their own, deep in their territory. They don't want to have a turnover down there.
Schmeezing will kick with the wind. Nice high kick, and it bounces at about midfield and rolls into Delphos St. John's territory to about the right around the 40-yard line. So the Blue Jays will have it. Football at the 40-yard line, and
so this might be the
to go in the quarter.
Best field position that Delphos has started out with.
There you see the Minster defense. As the Blue Jays come to the line of scrimmage. There's the fake handoff. Wirtz going down the middle. Pass is caught.
That was number 19 on the reception. Colin Will, 6 foot, 160-pound senior. That he came in the game with 13 receptions, so that's number 14.
Take a look at Wurst. He drops straight back, downfield.
Yep, 29 yards.
Nice play, big pickup, 29-yard gain for St. John's. They have the first down, and the football's at the 25 as they threaten once again. It's a pitch to the left side.
Just nothing
Roy
there up the
with
middle.
it. Looked like Heitbrink in on the stop again, as well as a host of fellow teammates. That'll be a pickup of 3. Football to 22, second down and 7.
Minster's making it very difficult for Delphos to move the ball on the ground. They have been successful in the air.
We're approaching 1 minute to go in the first quarter on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. 8-0, Minster over Delphos St. John's. Handoff this time, and that's number 46, Cole Reindell.
He's their leading runner.
Yeah, 25.
Got about 511 yards on the season. 100 or so carries, and he'll move it to the 21. 1 yard pickup, third down and 6. One receiver to the wide side, 2 to the short side. Straight back is worse. He looks left, now down over the middle. He's going to scramble to his right side, thinking about throwing, and he'll toss it to the 12-yard line.
Late flag. I think they're going to get a illegal receiver downfield.
Colin Will with the catch, but let's see what the call is. And late developing play, and offensive linemen have a tendency to move downfield on that type of play, and that is the call.
So that wipes out a first down for the Blue Jays. Boy, you had a lot of time out there to survey the field.
Plenty of time. Football is going to be marked back to the 26-yard line. So that should make it about 3rd down and 11. And that's going to end our first quarter of playoff football. Minster 8, Delphos St. John's nothing. We'll return right after this.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Moran Refrigeration in St. Mary's is celebrating 70 years in business. We are committed to offering you top name brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid, Samsung, Fisher & Paykel, and Speed Queen. Come in and experience the one-on-one personal service that you won't get from big box stores. Our delivery and installation specialist will assure you that your purchases arrive safely and are installed properly. Moran Refrigeration, exceeding your expectations.
Starting the second quarter, Minster with an 8-0 lead over Delphos St. John's. Wildcats took advantage of a short punt by Delphos St. John's and capitalized with a short scoring drive capped by a 10-yard run by Isaac Schmeezing. And then when the extra point kick was aborted, they ran the fire drill and got a 2-point play on a pass from Hoying to Winter as the Blue Jays go for the end zone on the first play of the second quarter, and it's just a little bit short, just a little bit off stride, or that might have been a touchdown.
Yeah, he came open just for a split second, and then the safety came over, and the ball was delivered just a little late. Safety had plenty of time to get over there and knock it down.
There you see Troy Schwinnen just had to slow up to get to the ball, and that
was
allowed
Schmeezing.
Minster's defense to knock it away.
Yeah, that was Schmeezing again, Dave.
That's out of his range.
Isaac Schmeezing, good defensive play, and that makes it 4th down and 11. Football to 26. They're going to throw it again. Down the middle, worst looks, going for the corner. Some black jerseys. It's going to be tipped away, and number 14, Austin Brown, tips it away, and instead of catching it or intercepting it, the Wildcats will get some great field position here.
Yeah, he did the right thing there, just knock it down. It's 4th down, you get the ball back at the line of scrimmage.
Of course, it wouldn't have been so good if it had popped up and ended up in the Delphos St. John's player, and that's
It could have happened.
Connor Houlihan, number 5, was in the vicinity yet, but that didn't happen, so the Wildcats will get it at the 26. There you see the offensive unit. Isaac Schmeezing in the backfield. He's number 4. Jared Hillsman, number 2, and the handoff goes to Schmeezing. He'll go across the 30.
Just followed his blockers out there. The wide receivers were blocking for him. They had 2 of them out, split to the left.
It's kind of funny. We were talking between the quarters last week. The weather was just plain cold. This week, the wind is the big factor.
That's going right to left on your screen.
Wildcats are getting the breeze right in their face right now. Hillsman, he's going to throw it.
Whoa. That was a floater.
Pass for Brown, and that's
was
the same thing that happened to Worst
exactly
in the first quarter on his first pass.
About the same place and everything. Threw a ball that went to his right.
until they start going the other way.
11:06 to go into the first minute of the second quarter. There you see the Wildcats waiting on the play from Garen Stokes on the sidelines.
So that pretty much tells you to stay away from the sideline passes and throw it straight into the wind maybe.
3rd down and 5. Hillsman, he'll take the snap. Schmeezing gets the football.
He's got
Still
the
on his
first
feet,
down.
just powers forward.
That'll move the chains.
37.
First down for Minster.
Schmeezing comes in with 662 yards on the year, 5.2 average, 7 touchdowns. He's also the leading receiver for the Wildcats with 31 receptions.
1st and 10. The football is at the Minster 37.
Got 6 for 37.
Schmeezing again, straight ahead. Right now it's basic power football.
Find it.
They never did stop him, did they?
No.
6 for 37.
Whistle blows. Gain of a couple of yards to the 39. Cody Frerichs, number 85 there, is alongside him, number 34, August Bainline. And of course, Hillsman and Schmeezing. See a nice, tight, close on the field shot here as Hillsman takes it. Boy, you're right there. Hillsman does the fake upfield. It's going to be a one bounce effort for Frerichs, and it's going to be incomplete. You can look right into the backfield of Minster and you see the fake and how well they execute that. That time the pass was just a one bouncer and it's incomplete. Our clock stops at 9:52 to go, and it's 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, that ball didn't penetrate the wind very well at all.
Wildcats on the season convert 41% of their 3rd down plays. Hillsman. Pass is complete. Dive forward.
He's got
and
it.
He's got the first down.
A nice second effort there. Got him the first down. That was Brown.
Austin Brown battles for that first down.
Yeah, they had him short. You'll see it on the replay. They had him.
3 different defenders as Matthew Miller, number 81, in on the stop for St. John's, but it's a first down for the Wildcats as they approach midfield. Schmeezing. Musser is going to hit him, and he'll bring him down. Musser, one of the leading tacklers for St. John's.
The Wildcats are sprinkling in some passes here on this drive, but they're still moving the ball very well on the ground.
2nd down and 8.
Brown.
Football to Minster 49.
Brown goes wide left. You got Schmeezing out here to the right, along with Alex Lemcool.
Hillsman with a snap. He's going to run it straight ahead. Give him a yard perhaps as the football is going to be right at midfield. So 3rd down and 6.
Might put him in a passing situation here again.
See Hillsman with the quarterback draw straight ahead. 3rd down and 6. Play comes in. Shot clock. They get it off as Schmeezing. First down and more. As he moves deeper into Blue Jay territory all the way to the 40. 10-yard pickup Schmeezing.
Kind of a change-up call there. The Blue Jays planning on a pass. Wildcats fool him with a run up the middle.
Definitely looking for the pass. Boy, he just accelerates right through that hole, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Just some good running and good blocking as well.
And he stays low to the ground, too, when he when he runs.
1st and 10 for Minster. Football at the Delphos St. John's 40. Amazing.
On the scoreboard.
Going to be brought down by Musser and number 57, Derek Lindemann, both in on the stop for St. John's. Gain of 2 yards, 2nd down and 8, football to 38.
We're kind of used to Minster hitting some big plays, and right now it's just grinding it out.
Ground control, good strong runs. Let's see what happens this time. Hillsman, right side. It's going to be stopped just short of the 35-yard line. For 19, Colin Will comes up with the football, but after the play has been whistled dead. The football is at the 36, so that'll make it 3rd down and 6. 6:24 to go in that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Minster 8, Delphos St. John's nothing.
Another big 3rd down play again in this drive. I think that's about the 3rd one.
This is Ben Schmeezing's play. There's the pitch. Schmeezing left side. Musser. Well, I'll tell you, Isaac Musser is a pretty sure tackler. And the 5'9" senior linebacker makes a nice play and a gain of perhaps a yard.
So they're going to be punting from the 35. Doesn't want this go in the end zone. It'd only be a gain of 15 yards.
Kicks into the wind, so Schmeezing is going to stand at the Delphos St. John's 48. There you see Isaac. Snap is there, kick is away. It's high, it's short. It's going to bound at the 15.
Got a nice
it's going to roll to the 12 and alertly picked up, but great coverage there by Minster's special teams.
That was a good play there by Curtis Schwinnen for the Blue Jays, picking that ball up on the bounce.
I thought for a minute he was going to get some extra yardage, but Minster recovered nicely.
If he leaves that ball go, Minster's going to down that probably around the 5-yard line.
That's Bainline in on the stop that time.
So that's only a 17-yard difference there from where they punted the ball on the 35.
August Bainline, number 34 with the stop. So 5:22, 2nd quarter. Let's see what Worst can do with the wind. He looks downfield, over the middle he comes, and it's going to be caught by Will, and Will will get the football up to see where they mark it.
And he was wide open. There was nobody within probably 7 yards of him.
Football at the 38-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Delphos St. John's. Take a look and see how wide open Will is. Well, that's a pretty safe play when you're that open.
Oh, yeah. So you got the wind behind your back.
We might see that one again. St. John's on the move at their own 38. Worst tries to go to the right side, nothing there, and the hole quickly closes.
So you can tell Minster is really concentrating on the run. They're giving up some passing plays, but the running game of Delphos has been stymied.
Football at the 40 makes it 2nd down and 8. Clock at 4:20 to go. Blue Jays break the huddle. 2 receivers to the short side, 1 to the wide side. Reindell in the backfield. Worst will go to the short side.
Oh, he threw that into some traffic and got by with it.
Garrett makes a nice catch. One thing about Delphos St. John's, they've got a lot of receivers with a lot of different receivers with a lot of different catches. So
yeah, they do. They've got 22 receptions, 19 receptions, 11 receptions, 11 receptions, 13 receptions. So they spread the ball out all year long.
3rd down and 2. Football at the 46. So as far as the first half goes, a big offensive play here for St. John's. Worst is going to run for it. He falls forward, and he may get the first down with that extra effort. Look for just a moment that Anthony Bainline had him stop before the first down, but Worst made that extra lunge, and he'll pick up the first down.
Yeah, it looked like Cody Ferricks was going to make the tackle there in the backfield, and looked like he got held a little bit.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say a little bit. He got held a lot.
Yeah, you can see the grab there. But it's 1st and 10, 48-yard line of Delphos St. John's. Blue Jays will take a timeout or score. Minster 8, Delphos St. John's nothing. We'll be back right after this.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Delphos St. John's, there you see them huddled around their coach, Todd Schultze. They discuss 1st and 10 play with 2:55 to go, and the ball sitting on their own 48-yard line. And Blue Jays down by a touchdown, trying to tie this one up.
And they've got plenty of time to do it with 2:55. The way they're throwing the football, they can move it in a hurry.
Well, let's see what the discussion brings. Fake to Reindl. Worst is going down the middle, and open receiver, and that's Lucas Metcalf. And as we've seen throughout this drive, open space over the middle for the Blue Jay receivers.
Yeah, Metcalf came in the game with 11 receptions, 11-yard average on those 11 receptions, 1 TD.
Worst, there you see it, looking downfield. Metcalf with the catch. Defense converges. Two and a half minutes to go. Straight back goes Worst. Downfield he goes, and it's going to be intercepted.
Boy, you can see that.
Number 3?
Yeah, that'd be Alex Lemcool.
Alex Lemcool with the interception. And
there you're going to see Worst. He's kind of forced this one. This is double coverage down there.
Well, he's come close to a couple INTs.
Nice interception by Lemcool.
Yeah, Lemcool and Smeezing, you're going to have a hard time getting a reception between those two guys.
So the Blue Jays drive to try to tie it up goes astray, and now Minster has it with plenty of time, 2:20 to go.
We've seen him hit some big plays here in the last few weeks.
Schmeezing. Trey has got to get help. Not much yardage there. So that's going to make it 2nd down and 9.
I think they'd be likely to take an 8-point lead to the locker room, let the clock run. They're going to let the play clock run down. It's down to 7.
That was Lemcool's 5th interception of the season, as Schmeezing will get the football, and boy, that's all he's going to get. Musser in on the stop, as well as number 70, Bryce Keeling. So Musser and Keeling for St. John's with the tackle.
So the play clock starts now in 22 seconds, so they're going to run that down to under a minute before they hike the ball.
3rd down and 9.
Has Schmeezing been running more and more? Is that the thing?
There you see the backfield. He'll go straight ahead, and Minster will need to punt the football.
And Delphos calls a timeout to stop the clock. Minster's got to punt into that wind, so that he's going to have to try to keep that punt low. He averages 34 yards a punt.
We'll keep it right here and remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by German Farmers Insurance, Francis Furniture, Grand Lake Health, Moran's Refrigeration, Minster Bank, Schwieterman's Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, NKT Productions, Upper Valley Career Center, and Fowler's TV, bringing you tonight's playoff game between Minster and Delphos St. John's. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are also pleased to bring you replays of high school boys football on Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503 Saturday, November 18th at 12 p.m., Sunday, November 19th at 4 p.m., and you can also watch the games on demand at nktelco.net. Isaac Smeezing stands at his own 10-yard line. He'll kick it away.
Just about got that block.
Short punt that's going to bound at about the 37, 38-yard line of Minster. So with 42 seconds left, the Blue Jays are going to have another crack at this one.
The Blue Jays came in on the rush that time, tried to block that, and they came close.
Just a tough night when it comes to punting and kicking the football, and even at times throwing the football. So now it's going to be up to the Minster defense to see if they can do the job here. As we've got 42 seconds left on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. First half of Regional 27 football in Division 7. Worst, he's going to run it this time, trying to catch the Wildcats off guard. He'll get to just shy of the 30-yard line. 8-yard pickup. Bottom of that pile is Jack Heitbrink.
So the clock doesn't stop on that play. We're down to 20.
Worst is going to drop back. He's going for a short pass, and it's open, and he'll step out of bounds. That's Metcalf, Lucas Metcalf, 5'11" junior with the catch.
And if anybody's thinking about a field goal, Mark Ressman is 2 of 4 in the field goal department, 2 of 2 from less than 19 yards. 0 for 2 beyond 19.
Football's at the 16. Blue Jays got at least one more shot at the end zone. Worst looks to his left, then goes back to his right over the middle. Incomplete.
Oh, he had him
right there, and boy,
just couldn't hang on to it after the contact.
4 seconds remain. It's at the 16. So
now,
let's see what the Blue Jays will do here.
That was Swinnen again.
Yeah, they're right. They're only rushing 3.
He's a big target, 6'2".
St. John's will take a timeout. We'll take a break. Minster 8, St. John's nothing. We'll be back right after this.
Schwieterman Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwieterman purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
There you see the Minster defensive huddle.
Kind of reminiscent from last week, the last play of the game.
No, I didn't. Looks like something else.
I think there was 4 seconds on the clock then too, wasn't there, Dave?
I believe you're correct, yes. So the Wildcats are kind of used to being in this situation a lot over the season and over the last couple of seasons. So I like the choice of words Coach Garen Stokes used for to describe his team, resilient.
Yes.
He's used it all year, and he is very accurate. They're a very resilient team. Let's see what happens on the final play of the first half. Worst over the middle to the end zone. Incomplete. And that's going to be it. First half of action is over. Minster 8, Delphos St. John's nothing. We'll be back right after this.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us! Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Here at halftime, Minster enjoying an 8-0 lead over Delphos St. John's. And taking a look at the numbers, Delphos St. John's really has a little bit better numbers than the Wildcats do.
Yes, they do. Delphos 10 rushes for 25 yards. Minster 20 rushes for 78 yards. Passing-wise, Delphos 8 of 15, 1 interception. Minster 1 of 3. Total offense, Delphos 25 offensive plays, 153 yards. Minster 23 offensive plays for 85 yards. So advantage there, well, almost double for Delphos. Time of possession, pretty even, 12 minutes and 2 seconds for Delphos, 11 minutes and 58 seconds for Minster. Third down conversions, 2 of 5 for Delphos, 3 of 6 for Minster. So things are pretty even except for the total yards there, mostly by the passing yards for Delphos, but 153 yards to 85. So, but Minster's scoring play came on a short drive. They had a short field there right away on their first possession, was able to push it across the goal line. So all in all, pretty close game.
And it's a night where ball control really is important, and I think that's at least Minster's approach was in the first half.
Right.
Let's control the football. Let's use our rushing attack of Schmiesing and Hillsman. Let's play some good defense, and
don't force the ball.
Don't force anything.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Ron. Yeah. And that's just what they've done now. So now they're going to get the football back, and they've used the clock relatively well, and they're going to have the football to start the second half as Isaac Schmiesing and Alex Schmidtmeyer are back deep for the Wildcats. As it's a low line drive kick, it'll be fielded, bobbled momentarily by Schmiesing. He'll pick it up and try to drive forward, but he'll be tackled there by Cole Rendell, number 46, as it's a difficult night to handle the football, and it's a difficult night to kick that ball.
So Minster will be against the wind here in the third quarter. That could play very big in the fourth quarter if you have the wind to your back and if you need to throw the football. So we'll see how that turns out.
Minster will start at their 16-yard line. Hillsman and Schmiesing most of the yardage in the first half, and Schmiesing will go to the left side, and he'll grind out a couple of yards as you see the trail of bodies as Schmiesing powers forward. He'll get to about the 19-yard line, so that'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down and 7.
Minster's like nothing better than to just be able to run the ball and have a nice long drive with the clock running here in the third quarter.
2 receivers to the left side. Schmiesing in the backfield. Hillsman's going to run it. Looks for running room, finds it, moves it across the 25-yard line, and He should have the first down, or he's he's got the first down. So.
And Delphos has done a nice job defensively stopping the run ever since that first drive that Minster had.
That's correct. The Delphos St. John's defense has played very well. Devin Cairo in on the tackle that time, number 59 for St. John's. Smeezing gets it, tries to work his way through the hole. Not much yardage there, but he does pick up some yards before being brought down by number 19, Colin Will. 3-yard pickup, so second down and 7. 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of approach here.
It seems like their second down has always been 6 or 7 yards to go.
On a cool, windy night from Harmon Field in Wapakoneta, the winner to go to the state semifinal game. Hillsman will keep it. He'll dive forward as number 43, Dominic Metzger, with the tackle. It's amazing how well Minster executes the handoff and the fake of the handoff and the move forward.
Yeah, Hillsman does a nice job of ball handling, and he's done that all year long. He did a good job last year when we saw him.
This is a game in which turnovers can loom very large, and Minster sticking pretty much to the ground. Clock under 10 minutes to go. Hillsman's going to throw it this time. Over the middle, almost intercepted. Pass, I believe, was going to Bainline, the tight end for the Wildcats, but it was behind him and almost intercepted. And on a cold, windy evening, the defense also has a tough time grabbing the football.
Got one hand on it and just couldn't pull it in. That was number 59 for Delphos, Devin Caro, a 6-foot, 215-pound linebacker.
Smeezing will stand at the 17-yard line and punt it away. Line drive kick hits at the 50. That may have,
I think that might have hit
off a Delphos player.
46, Cole Reindell. It looked like it might have bounced off of him. He had to recover it. Did a nice job getting on the football.
So for this possession, St. John's will have pretty good field position at their own 43 as the weather and the punting game.
Smeezing did a nice job there keeping the ball low. Boy, you get that ball up high, it's just going to come straight down.
And it could be a 10-yard punt, but at least it's in Delphos St. John's territory. Worst is going to go to the right side. He's going to gain 4, possibly 5 yards.
That was one of his better runs of the football game.
Jared Worst, a 6'4", 200-pound quarterback. He's only a junior. See him go to the right side there and get across the 45.
Had a little bit of a hole there. Brown pulled him down.
So it's second down and 5.
6'4" guard, can shoot the 3. He's a pretty good basketball player. Good shooter.
Worst in the shotgun. He'll go straight back. Looking downfield. Lots of time.
Intercepted.
Over the middle, intercepted. Bainline. He's got it. He's at the 40. He'll power forward to, or rather at midfield. He'll go across to about the 45. And
it was almost like Bainline maybe suckered him into throwing there, baited him, and he had plenty of time to throw it. And Bainline had a nice break on the football and intercepted it. And there you go. That's the turnover they've been looking for. That hurt them in their first meeting, where they had 4 turnovers that game.
Pass intended for James Garrett, but August Bainline with the big interception. And now Minster has the football and a great opportunity here with 8:35 to go. Football at the St. John's 45-yard line. Minster, 3 receivers right. Hillsman, he's going to throw it. Swing pass to
He's wide open.
Downfield. Second pass goes to Brown.
He's
and
gone.
Brown is going to go in for the end zone. A little trickery on the first down play by the Wildcats, and it puts them in the end zone.
What a great time to run a play like that right after a turnover. It was a lateral. You could see that from this angle.
45-yard touchdown pass, Isaac Schmeezing to Brown. Austin Brown with the catch, and Minster is up 14-0.
So this extra point's going to be into the wind.
Hoying, he'll be the holder. Snap is there, kick is up, it looks good.
There's a
But let's
penalty.
see, there's a flag.
An offsides penalty.
Blew the whistle, so we're going to do this one again. So that's a penalty. That'll put the ball at the 1.5 yards. So Schmeezing will try the extra point again.
Well, that could be a big call there, because if you'd miss this, you'd be penalized. And they did.
And kick is low and it's blocked.
So they were actually penalized for the offsides. Is that right, Dave?
That is correct. So the score, Minster 14, Delphos St. John's 0, and we'll return to Harmon Field and Wapakoneta right after this.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
So the Wildcats miss out on the extra point, and we're just talking a little bit about that. A very unusual play where the Blue Jays were hit with a penalty, and it actually helped them.
Yeah, it cost Minster an extra point.
Well, let's see if that makes a difference, as the Blue Jays will return the kick, and that's number 45, Troy Schwinnen.
So 8:19 left in the third quarter, and the Blue Jays have to make up some points.
Let's talk about the touchdown play by Minster. That was really, it really caught everybody really off guard.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see. You know, a great call down there by Minster. You know, you're coming off of a turnover, and you go for, I guess you'd call it a trick play. You know, not a whole lot of trick to it, but nice lateral pass. And then Brown was wide open.
Worst is going to run it. He'll go straight ahead, but
the defense came up to Schmeezing and left Brown all by himself. If you're Brown, that had to seem like it took an eternity for that ball to get to you.
Yeah. Number 13, Jacob Hoying on the stop there, and that'll make it 2nd down and 8, football at the 39, so a 2-yard gain for the Blue Jays, are reeling after that touchdown by Minster here in the third quarter.
I think that's interesting.
Let's see, Worst is in the backfield as Houlihan in motion. Worst standing in the pocket down the middle, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for Miller. Number 81, Matthew Miller, a senior wide receiver. It's incomplete. Stops the clock at 7:35 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Minster 14, Delphos St. John's 0. During the season, these two teams met in league play, and of course, Minster came away with a 41-14 win. In motion is Houlihan to the right. Worst is going to have to scramble. Looking for the first down, he'll have it. I believe that was Heitbrink who came up on the stop there to slow the Delphos St. John's quarterback up. So that'll be a first down as they move the chains. Football now at the 49-yard line. Take a look at this once again. There you see Worst taken off. Heitbrink, the diving tackle. Worst is going to drop a short pass off to Schwinn, but this time it is read beautifully by Jared Hilsman.
He almost beat the ball to the receiver. He read that very well.
Take a look at that play one more time.
At first I thought they were going to try the backward pass, but that was definitely forward. And he wouldn't have had time to get rid of it.
They lose a yard, so it makes it 2nd down and 11. Football at the 48. Looking downfield again. Lots of people there.
Got him again. That's
Isaac Schmeezing with the interception. Still on his feet, up to near midfield, and Minster capitalizes on the interception.
Their 3rd interception of the ball game, and that's the big one. You know, they're giving him plenty of time to throw the football, but it's getting high and double coverage.
Lots of black and orange there.
Yeah, that time Lemkool was in the back, Schmeezing was in the front. And like we said before, that's hard to complete a pass between those two guys.
So let's see if Minster can capitalize on this turnover by the Blue Jays.
Sort of like with Klein last year.
6:33 to go, 3rd quarter. Schmeezing, he'll go to the right side, but number 44, Musser, he's there, and the linebacker makes the stop.
So that
also went on the stop, Troy Elwer, number 11.
So that time after the turnover, they go just to a conservative run. Nothing tricky about that. But maybe they're just delaying that big play until this time, you think?
Oh, I think they're going to work the clock right now.
I think so.
I think no turnover is where we're going with this one.
Good answer.
No turnovers. There's Hilsman. He'll go straight ahead.
Yeah. He gave a quick look out to Schmeezing to his left, and then pulled it down, and that just basically controlled the defense with that little look over there.
Say sometimes you don't look that gift horse in the mouth.
No.
You control the football and keep the hands in Hilsman and Schmeezing and run that clock.
I don't see that changing anytime soon here.
No, they haven't really changed it the entire game.
No.
So
we saw them go to Anna in the rain that night, and they ran the whole time. They never threw a pass.
Hilsman, he'll go straight ahead. He's across the 40 trying to get to the 35, and he'll be just short of that. And, you know, you're starting to get into that 4-down territory, and you can, 3 yards, 4 yards of play is going to keep drives sustained. And when you got 2 good runners like Hilsman and Schmeezing, definitely a great approach here on this kind of evening. And, right now they're facing a wind.
Yeah,
strong wind.
They're in no hurry to snap the football. Play clock's down to 3.
This time it'll be Schmeezing. He's going to get near the first down. It looks like he'll be about maybe 2 yards short, 1.5 yards, something like that from that first down. So take a look at the replay. Schmeezing finds that hole and just powers forward. That's a nice run.
Yes, it was. Nice block there by 75 for Minster. My paper just blew away, Dave.
That would have been
Duke
Bernhold, 75, yep. First down Minster as Hilsman will just, I don't want to say skip across the 30-yard line, but drive across it is probably the better term. And it's to about the 28-yard line, and it's a first down.
So there's 3 downs there to make the first down. That's right what they want to do. Keep the ball on the ground 3 or 4 yards at a clip.
Take a look at that offensive line for Minster. The center is number 67 rather, Dustin Frerichs. The left guard, Dan Becker, number 59. Right guard, Sam Schmeezing. Here comes Schmeezing straight ahead. Not much yardage that time. Saying you go to your tackles, the left tackle is number 56, Luke Putoff, senior, 6'5", 305 pounds. And your right tackle is Duke Bernholt, 6'3", 250-pound senior. And, you know, that's a pretty good offensive line to run behind.
Yeah, we've seen them control the line of scrimmage the last few games that we've had.
And the offensive linemen sometimes don't get a lot of credit in this, but they're doing their job as Hillsman powers forward. And once again, he gets across
2
the
flags
25,
down.
but we've got something that's been a relative rarity in this game tonight, a penalty flag. This time the penalty will go against Minster. It's going to be a hold.
And that one's going to hurt.
Drive will move back as penalty puts the ball at the
41. So
41-yard line of Delphos St. John's. But there's 2:43 left, 2:40 left to go here in the third quarter as we count down. Second down and 20.
Yeah, it says 2nd and 20 on a scoreboard, but where that chain is, it's more like 2nd and 22. There they go. 2nd and 22.
Yep, 22. A lot of yards. Schmeezing, he'll go on a sweep left side. He's got room. He gets a lot of that yardage right back, and he gets it to about the 25. So,
yeah, I think it was going to be
nice
3rd
game.
and 10 before, and now it's going to be 3rd and 5.
So they were at the 41, so they get all the way up to the 25, and boy, just a simple sweep to the left side, and boy, Schmeezing picks up some big yardage there.
That was the first time tonight I think he got the corner.
3rd down and 7. Schmeezing again, straight ahead he goes after he makes that cut.
And you're in 4-down territory, so.
Going to be at the 21 is where they mark it. Needs to get to about the 18-yard line, so it's going to set up a 4th down and 3. And as we said, 4th down conversions for Minster this season. They're 7 out of 19 for 37%. So let's see what happens here with 3 yards to go for the first down on 4th down.
He didn't make it.
Nope, not this time. St. John's is going to take over the football.
Well, they didn't score, but they took some valuable time off the clock. It's down to 54 seconds. And like we said before, Delphos is going to have to go into the wind here in the 4th quarter, and that's going to make it more difficult for them to be able to throw the ball.
You just have to believe that one of the biggest improvements for Delphos St. John's since early in this season has been their defense. They allowed 41 points in the first meeting in these two schools. Offensively, though, Minster's defense has prevailed tonight. Worst will step out of bounds.
Yeah, I think in that first game, Dave, I think they gave up 14 points in the first half. So, you know, 27 in the second half, and a lot of that came on turnovers.
Pick up of 4 yards. Football to 24. 2nd down and 6. Got 3 receivers to the left side. 1 to the short side. He looks down the middle. He's going to take off, and he's going to get hit at about the 26-yard line.
And they tackle him inbound, so the clock is going to keep running.
Couldn't step out of bounds as he stays in, and clock is under 30 seconds. It's going to make it 3rd down and 4. And the wind is with Delphos St. John's on this drive. We're at less than 10 seconds on our clock now. First National Bank Think First score.
They're going to let it run down.
They're going to let it run down. So the 3rd quarter is going to be history. Our score, Minster 14, Delphos nothing. We'll be back with 4th quarter action right after this.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CERA and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slonkowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
As a business owner, do you find yourself reviewing too many applications, or are you the job seeker filling out dozens of applications in an attempt to find employment? West Staff has been bridging the gap between employers and employees since 1988. Jobs range from manufacturing and clerical to specialized fields such as quality control and engineering. West Staff has the ability to operate as your company's entire HR department or simply payroll employees on a temp-to-hire basis. West Staff, your partner in business.
Minster has a 14-0 lead as they stand 12 minutes away from another visit to the state semifinals. Of course, the opponent appears to be possibly Norwalk St. Paul. They have a big lead in their game going on, of course, at the same time. St. John's with the completed pass.
And that's not going to be enough for a 1st down. So it's going to be 4th down and about 1.
Connor Houlihan with the catch. He's number 5, and I believe he's the leading receiver for the Blue Jays.
And I think Delphos has decided to go for it the way it looks.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Big play.
But you have to remember, Worst is also the punter, so it could be a pooch punt, I guess.
4th down and 1. Football at the Delphos St. John's 29.
Nope.
Left side, 1st down, dives forward. Lem Cool had the initial hit, but
that was a big play right there.
That's huge.
Yeah, if they don't make that, that could be the ball game.
So that's a 1st down, and the Blue Jays drive will continue. Worst, he'll roll to his left. That's a tough way to throw for him. Short dump pass. And number 5, Houlihan with the catch. And
he caught the ball with his knee on the ground, so he wasn't going anywhere.
That's a difficult play for a quarterback, especially a right-handed quarterback rolling to
I think that's
his left.
Yeah, I think that's the first time we saw him do that, roll out to the left like that.
First we saw Houlihan.
There you see the Blue Jays break the huddle.
2 receivers out to the left and 2 out to the right.
Straight back. Worst. He's pinned in. He'll roll back the other way. Looks downfield, and it'll be incomplete as it bounces harmlessly at the 39, intended for Curtis Schwinnen.
And good coverage there by August Bainline.
Wildcats almost had Worst. Stops the clock at 10:04. 3rd down and 6. Play comes in from the sidelines. Worst will take the snap. He'll go right side. Will he pitch it or not? There it is.
Oh, boy. That's a fumble.
Put it on the ground,
He got
but
it.
Yeah, he got it back. That's
the
a
running
fumble.
back, number 46, Cole Reindell, comes up with it. Boy, that was right in your face on the camera.
That was dangerous.
Very dangerous play. That pitch was right into your home.
Yeah.
Take a look at this one again. Here it comes. Gonna catch it and run.
Yeah, you could put your beverage down on the
Gotta
couch and catch it.
We got to catch that one. We had it.
Yeah.
It was a little bit short. That was the bigger problem. Worst will kick it away.
Oh.
Line drive.
Nice punt.
Into center field, and it's going to bound across the 30, but it's a pretty effective kick.
Yep. That's the lowest punt we've seen all night, and that's the best one we've seen all night into the wind.
That was a line drive.
Yeah.
Football will come down to where are we at, the 23. So
it was just a matter of he's going to kick it between the players. It wasn't high enough to go over.
I thought he was going to hit somebody in the back is what I thought for a moment.
Yeah.
Minster offense on the sidelines, and they come back out onto the field. Three receivers to the right side. Don't believe that, though.
No, look for him to run left.
Thank you. Hillsman, that's why you run that way. He's still on his feet. He has the first down, and he'll get to the 38-yard line.
So once again, able to move the ball on the ground that time, a big chunk of yardage.
9 minutes to play in this one.
They have been picking up 3 or 4 on first down. That time, over 10. The officials timeout, restart the play clock.
To reset the play clock to 25 seconds, and now we're going, and now it's running. And it's moving fast. 15 seconds remain on the play clock.
Faster for Delphos than it is
for
Minster.
101 for 45 and a touchdown.
Hillsman. That goes to Schmeezing. The hole is there. Musser with another stop, as well as Miller. But Schmeezing is just, he's the weapon that's moving the clock right now.
Yeah, I tell you, Minster, 8 minutes left. They can take another 4 minutes off on this drive, make it very difficult for the Blue Jays. But I guess for the Blue Jays, it's still a 2-possession game.
Frerick snap to Hillsman. He'll power forward. Have to see where they mark it, but Hillsman.
Yep, they got it.
Has the first down. Hillsman, very big, very strong, 6'2", 195 pounds, and very effective running the football and throwing it, and also a very, very good defensive player as well.
His second straight year of running over 1,000 and passing over 1,000. They're going to throw it.
Going downtown.
He's got
Pass is caught at the 15. That's Lemcool. Alex Lemcool, number 3.
So much for grinding it out on the ground. Went for the big play. There's 3 defenders there.
I cannot believe it. Delphos St. John's didn't fall for that one.
Yeah.
They had 3 guys on Lemcool, but it's still completed. Take a look at this one again.
He was covered.
He put that ball right there, and Lemcool made a great catch.
This is going to wrap it up right here.
Wow.
And probably if he had to do that over again, he probably would have held on to that one, not left that go. But
Troy Elwer, number 11 for Delphos, is back on defense. I'm not sure he can figure out how he didn't touch that football somehow. Schmeezing, pounding it forward.
When it's going right, it's going right.
Lemkool, a 6 foot, 175-pound senior. We saw him last week make some great catches and a couple TDs, and he's been really has been Hillsman's favorite receiver.
He's had a big defensive game here tonight. I think he's had an interception, a couple breakups down there, passes defended.
Of course, we had the touchdown pass earlier to Brown, but that came from Schmeezing. Hillsman, he's going to keep it. Not much yardage there. Now it's really a factor of the clock at 5:48 to go.
Yeah. Well, they're in 4 down territory there also. 3rd and 11.
Is, what, at the 16-yard line. 3rd down and 11.
Can they kick a field goal? They could, but they won't. That's not no.
Smeezing's longest field goal has been 21 yards. He's 1 for 1. He only tried 1.
I gotcha.
Schmeezing, he fakes the throw, but he's not going to fool St. John's this time.
And the only thing went wrong there is he went out of bounds.
Yeah, stopped the clock, gained maybe a yard. I call it 2 yards. You can take a look at this one again. Schmeezing on this very seam, kind of looking for it, but St. John's covers up. And
he made a good decision to not throw it, but not such. He should have went down before he got to the sideline.
Clock stops at 5 minutes and 17 seconds to play in this one, but it's 4th down and 9 as the Wildcats wait on the play. Wildcats will take a timeout. We'll take a timeout. Our score, Minster 14, Delphos St. John's nothing. We'll be back right after this.
Brand presence is everything. Is it time to create a video that promotes your business? NKTelco has the solution with NKT Productions. NKT Productions can create a national caliber commercial or video specifically to your business needs and demographics. Utilize NKTelco ad insertion and your video is made available to 6,000 plus subscribers in 8 local communities on 23 major networks. Take advantage of the overwhelming traffic that video gets. Visit nktelco.net for more information.
Minster takes the timeout to discuss this 4th down play, and 4th and 9, football at the 14. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, the clock has stopped. If you run the football, the clock can run a little bit more.
But it's still going to stop on the change of possession.
Probably a little bit more valuable to get the touchdown, huh?
Yeah, we'll see once what they come up with here. If they got a play for this special play, be a good time to pull it out.
Schmeezing is to the right. Hillsman's going to throw it down the middle. Touchdown.
He got him.
Minster. And that is Lemkool, I do believe, number 3.
Yep.
Boy, Hillsman put that one right on the numbers. Schmeezing was open also. They had 2 receivers wide open on that play at least.
Hillsman drilled that ball. He didn't lob it, he drilled it.
He drilled it, is right. That makes it 20-0 with the extra point coming up as Schmeezing try to add the point after touchdown. This has been a little bit of an adventure tonight for the Wildcats. Kick is up.
Got it.
Yeah. No, wide right.
Wide right. That's what I was going to say. Wide to the right side. So 5:12 to go in this one. Minster 20, Delphos St. John's nothing, and we'll return right after this.
We knew that we could use some kind of opportunity as an avenue to reach out to people, not just in this community, but across the state.
Hometown opportunity was my saving grace, honestly.
We viewed it as a great resource for us to get the word out about our company.
I saw all the commercials, billboards, and I thought, just give it a shot, why not? And they offered me a photography job on the spot, which was thrilling because I've been searching for months.
The Hometown Opportunity website definitely makes that connection.
Isaac Schmeezing has had quite a night for Minster. He'll kick it off, and Boy, on a 4th down play, you come up with a big touchdown pass like that. That
was huge. Now
huge.
It's a 3-possession ball game.
It'll come back. The Blue Jays on the return.
3-possession ball game, and you get the ball in the 30-yard line into the wind.
Colin Will with a return for St. John's. And going to see the ball go to the air a lot now. .506 to play in this one.
So what Minster will probably want to do now is keep the ball in front of them, nothing over your head.
Delphos St. John's, coached by Todd Schulte, had the Blue Jays in the state tournament numerous times. Pass will be incomplete.
And that time, Minster Lemkool, he was back on the Minster 45-yard line. He rotated back, so nothing's going to get over his head.
Pass incomplete, intended for James Garrett that time. Left side goes Houlihan and Miller. Worst is going to run it. Fumble. Loose football. There you see the scramble. It's going to come. St. John's will get it.
That was
thanks
just
to number 57.
That was just
Derek
about
Lindemann.
the nail in the coffin right there if Minster comes up with that fumble.
Lindemann, an offensive lineman, number 57, recovers the fumble. It was number 65, Kyle Reithman, who reached right around and found the football with the tackle. Worst, he's going to try and scramble. Directing traffic, looks downfield, he'll have to run it. Stays in bounds, I believe.
And that's going to bring up about 4th and 5 or 4th and 6.
Looks like Heitbrink and Reithman in on the stop again for the Wildcats.
And this is the season right now for the Blue Jays.
And the clock continues to roll, which is an even bigger factor. 4th down, here we go. 4th down and 6, football's at the St. John's 34. Straight back goes Worst. Looking long. Plenty of time across the middle. Incomplete. Minster will take over the football. With 3.5 minutes to go.
Bainline on the coverage, almost another interception.
Minster's defense has really risen to the occasion here tonight. There you see Worst. Downfield, and Bainline knocks it away.
You can put a ribbon on this one, they can just let the clock run.
And so it looks like Norwalk, St. Paul, and Minster are going to battle Friday in the state semifinals at a location still to be determined.
I know it's been ages ago. The last game I was there, I stood on the sideline.
Minster will take a timeout. We'll keep it right here and remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by German Farmers Insurance, Francis Furniture, Grand Lake Health, Moran's Refrigeration, Minster Bank, Schwieterman's Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, NKT Productions, Upper Valley Career Center, and Fowler's TV bring you tonight's game between Minster and Delphos St. John's.
We'd also like to thank Bruce and Deb Monin for providing us with the stats tonight.
They do a great job.
Great job. Nice to see them.
Yep. I'd like to also remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school boys football on Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503 Saturday, November 18th at 12 p.m. Sunday, November 19th at 4 p.m. And you can also watch the games on demand at NKTelco.net. Take a look at this one. As got some newcomers into the Minster lineup. As
had a low snap.
Number 13 is Jacob Holing. Picks it up and runs it forward, and it's loss of a yard, so it's 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, they got some new players in there, and out there, number 7, Alec Huber, is playing wide receiver.
Number 12, Mike Kettner in a quarterback, and
22.
With the rush is Alex Schmidtmeyer, number 22, sophomore running back.
We got number 11 out there, Ben Wibker, 6'3", sophomore, 54. I think that's Dawson Oldigus, a junior.
Clock approaching 2 minutes to go in this one. Hand off to Schmidtmeyer, straight ahead, Alex goes.
I see number 74, Clayton Purvis out there on the line, a 6'1" sophomore. A number 77, Nate Moeller, a 6'1" senior.
As the clock counts down. 4th down and 10. Play clock at 14 seconds. And it's 4th down and 10, football at the St. John's 34-yard line as this one winds down. Schmidtmeyer trying to go wide. He'll make a cut upfield and pick up some yards.
A couple flags there. A
penalty marker there is
about in the area where you normally see holding, or could be a block in the back the way the official signaled.
Going to go against Minster.
Illegal use of the hand.
And they'll decline the penalty, which means the Blue Jays will have the football.
St. John's will take over 1st and 10.
Football is at the 27, so Schmidtmeyer picked up about 8 yards, leaving him just about 3 yards short of the 1st down or so.
Backups here too.
Number 12, Jordan, I believe that's number 12, Jordan Brown, 6-foot sophomore.
An official timeout.
Take a timeout with 1:10 to go. Or score Minster 20, Delphos St. John's nothing. We'll return right after this.
For over 27 years, the knowledgeable, reliable, and experienced staff at Lamb's Insurance Agency has been providing superior auto and home insurance to the people of West Central Ohio and Indiana. The team's understanding of the agricultural community and farming operations is second to none. We support the local communities because we are, well, local. If you are looking for excellent claim service, stop by or call today for your quote. Lamb's Insurance Agency, representing Ohio Mutual Insurance Group.
Minster prevails with a 20-0 win over the Blue Jays as we wrap this one up with 1:10 to go. Final couple of plays here as the pitch goes to the Blue Jays running back Jordan Brown.
The second half has been all Minster.
You look back on it, and, overall a good defensive effort by the Wildcats. Excellent ground game with a couple of very timely passes in it, has produced a 20-0 victory for the Wildcats, who once again will move on to the state semifinals with win number 6 in a row.
9.
Yeah, I think the big play of the game there, Dave, was after that interception there in the 3rd quarter, the backward pass to Smeezing, and Smeezing throws it to Brown wide open, for the touchdown that put them ahead. It ended up being 14-0 at that point.
Yeah, quite a play, and Wildcats will advance. Final play of tonight's contest. Isaac Fairchild, number 23, with a pitch to Brown. He'll come around the corner. And that's going to be it. Minster moves on to the state semifinals. Region 27 champions as they move on in Division 7. Our score, Minster 20, Delphos St. John's nothing. We'll return with our recap right after this.
At 21st Century Kitchens, we know that every home has a style to go with it. From first-time homebuyers to families with the pitter-patter of little feet to teenagers taking over the kitchen. 21st Century has what you want, customizing the style, layout, and price point to fit your budget. Kitchens by Craftmade and quality cabinets, countertops by Wilson Art and Cambria, along with availability of granite, marble, and wood.
See what's in store behind the yellow door for your 21st Century Kitchen.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpock, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Best part of my experience at Upper Valley is getting to know different teachers and the way they teach. So you learn a lot about how college is going to be in the future. My name is Paige, and I'm from the Exercise Science program.
Take your game day party to the next level with a new TV and Sonos sound system from Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. A Sonos sound system takes all the action into every room of your home and outdoors. Break your home into zones and control the content and level right from your phone or tablet, enabling you to enjoy the game or not with the touch of a finger. Add a security camera system connected to your TV from Fowler's, and never leave another friend stuck outside in the cold. Fowler's TV, taking game day to the next level.
Here at Harmon Field, the Minster Wildcats will move on to the state semifinals. Region 27 champions with a 20-0 win over Delphos St. John's in really convincing fashion. And Ron, a good solid win for the Wildcats, good defense, supported by a very strong rushing attack.
It sure was. We got some stats here for the ball game. Delphos St. John's rushing-wise, 22 rushes, 65 yards. Minster, 43 rushes, 169 yards. Passing-wise, 11 of 24 and 3 interceptions for Delphos, 4 of 7 for Minster. Yardage-wise, 134 yards passing for Delphos, 101 for Minster. Total offensive plays and yards, 46 offensive plays for Delphos for 199 total yards. Minster, 50 plays, 270 yards. So a lot of that was obviously in the second half. Minster had 3 interceptions. Minster had no turnovers. But those 3 interceptions obviously were Delphos turnovers, and they were big plays in the football game. Possession time, 21 minutes, 21 seconds for Delphos, 26 minutes, 39 seconds for Minster. Third down conversions, 3 of 9 for Delphos, 4 of 11 for Minster. Rushing-wise, Jared Worse for Delphos, 54 yards. For Minster, Isaac Smeezing, 24 carries for 99 yards. Hillsman, 63 yards on 15 carries. And we already talked about the passing yards. Receiving-wise, Colin Will for Delphos, 2 receptions for 54 yards. For Minster, Alex Lemcool, 2 receptions for 49 yards. Austin Brown, 2 receptions for 52 yards. That led the Minster Wildcats.
On the field, they presented the trophy, the plaque, to the Minster Wildcats as regional champions, and a lot of photographs and a lot of good feelings for the Wildcats as they'll move on to the state semifinals against Norwalk St. Paul. We'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game: German Farmers Insurance, Francis Furniture, Grand Lake Health, Moran's Refrigeration, Minster Bank, Schwederman's Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, NKT Productions, Upper Valley Career Center, and Fowler's TV, bringing you tonight's game between Minster and Delphos St. John's. Also, our player of the game, sponsored by NKTelco. They get a T-shirt, and without a doubt, Ron, our player of the game tonight was Isaac Schmeezing. He had a tremendous game as far as rushing the football, threw a touchdown pass, and just had an overall great game.
Played great on both sides of the ball, and that's not even to mention the pass deflections that he had on defense, always, playing a safety position all over those long passes by Worse the whole game long.
Isaac Schmeezing, our player of the game, sponsored by NKTelco Sports. NKTelco Sports and its sponsor, pleased to bring you replays of high school boys football on Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503, Saturday, November 18th at 12 p.m., Sunday, November 19th at 4 p.m., and you can also watch the games on demand at nktelco.net. I'd like to thank our crew here this evening. In the van, Scott Robinson and Daniel Allen. On the camera, Jeff Henshin, Kurt Kuffner, and Tom Sharp. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and alongside me, Ron Cruzy. And our final score from Harmon Field in Wapakoneta, the Minster Wildcats, regional champions, 20, and the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays, nothing.